So let's say you guys are right here right now and you guys want to get to this point here. And you guys want to make trading your main income and you guys want to have it as a long-term purpose. In order to go from here to here, it's not the strategy, it's not the pair that you guys are trading, it's not the tool that you guys are using. We're going to go over some few things that many traders are doing every single day that is causing them delay to get to this point right here. And the things that we're going to go over, like I said, it's not strategy, it's not the pairs, it's not the tools. We're going to go over habits that most of the traders are making every single day. Once again, they're never going to get to this point here. And what I can guarantee you guys by the end of this video is that if you guys fix these habits that we're going to go over, you guys are going to be way ahead than most of the traders. You guys are going to start from here and you guys are going to jump all the way from here every single month. Now, one thing you guys should know about trading is that trading is not a get rich quick, right? Trading is something that takes time. And the only two things that you guys really need in trading are discipline and consistent. You need to be consistent every single day, meaning that you guys need to show up every single day to the market, right? It can be a slow day, it can be a red day, it can be a green day. The point here is that you guys are showing up every single time. And the discipline is that you guys are following a rule that is basically known as a system, right? The way that we say it, a system. A system is gonna be a rule that is gonna tell you guys, hey, you guys can enter a trade or you guys don't need to trade at all. A system is also gonna tell you guys what type of trade you guys need to take. And these are the two big factors that most traders are ignoring nowadays because once again, they want to get to this point right here just by skipping every single step, just because the steps are boring or the steps are too long. And the funny thing about this is that most traders don't lose because of a bad setup. They lose because they don't have consistent and they don't have a discipline, right? They don't follow consistency or they don't follow a disciplined system. And this again is the main factor, once again, why they will never get to this point. So we're going to go over some of the mistakes, some of the bad mistakes and habits that most traders are making nowadays, which again, they're never going to get to this point. And at the same time, while we go over many of the habits, we're going to build up a system that you guys can follow every single day. The system that we're going to build today, we're going to go based on a breakout strategy, right? Whatever strategy you guys have, you guys can just simply apply it. But we're going to go based on the breakout strategy for this video. So the first habit that we have here is overtrading. We've all heard overtrading. Overtrading is the main factor why most traders are losing every single day or why they're never making money and they're basically stuck either break even or stuck at a losing phase. So overtrading is very, very simple to fix, right? But the reason why many traders are overtrading is simply because of a mindset, the mindset that they want to make more than what they made, which is technically an ego way, or they think that taking more trade is going to make them more money. And the simple way to fix that is keep it simple, right? Less is always going to be more. So we're going to go over some probabilities, which is very simple. And we're also going to build that system for you guys. So let's say that a proper system, right? Your system is telling you guys, hey, take 1 to 2 trade a day, right? And your profit goal should be 2 to 3% a day, right? Which is technically, 1% is your risk and you guys want to make at least a 2 to 3 times back of your investment, right? So this is your discipline goal right here. You're only going to be taking 1 to 2 trades. Let's say you guys get your setup. You guys take your trades and the setup actually plays out and you won your 2%. Once you guys won your 2%, the right way to do it, which is the mindset of this right here and not the mindset of this, the right thing to do is just simply close your trade, turn off your computer and you walk out. You're done for the day. There's no point for you guys to give this percentage back into the market. And that's what most of the traders that have this exact mindset are doing. They're giving back their profit back to the market simply because they have the mindset of, hey, if we take more trades, we're gonna make more money. Or I wanna make more money than I made today. I'm not satisfied with this exact 2%. So majority of them, what they're gonna do is that they're gonna try to create another setup, right? Let's say they plan the setup correctly, but then out of nowhere, they get an ego and they wanna continue taking more trades, right? They're going to start building up a setup that does not make any sense. Or they can probably trade even the same exact pattern, but to keep this in mind, trading is a game of probability. The probability of this setup playing out and not playing out is always going to be a 50%, right? Now in trading, obviously the things that you guys need to do to become a profitable trader, you need a strategy that actually works, right? A strategy that you guys back test and a strategy that actually has data. The other thing that you guys need to do is just basically look for the setup that your strategy is telling you guys, right? So for example, we're going off a breakout strategy right now. A breakout is simply waiting for a price to either break highs or break lows to take a trade, right? So let's say that we took the buy position here, which was simply a breakout towards the upside. Let's say you guys took this trade here and then you guys won your trade. Boom, you guys got your 2%. The next setup, you guys are going to continue looking for the same breakout setups, right? But let's say that price breaks out and the probability of the next trade did not play out. And let's say you guys lost another 50% of probability, which in this case here, you guys took a loss and you guys lost 1%. You gave 1% back to the market for no reason, simply because you guys have the mindset of wanting to make more. So you guys lost 1%, and now you guys are back at 1%. And once you guys see this right here, once you guys see that you guys lost money, you're back at 1%, and you guys were, oh shit, I wanted to be back exactly where I wanted to be, which was exactly right here at the 2%. You're going to start building up this mindset, which is trying to rush the process. You're going to start building up the mindset that you want to make back the money right away. So at this point here, you're just going to be sitting in the market, just looking at it, be like, oh, all right, so the market does this. Let's say that we break towards the upside. I'm taking another buy. You take another buy. There's a probability that the trade now might work out. And then you guys lose another 1%. So at this point here, you lost all your profit because, again, you have the mindset that you guys want to get here quickly. And you guys do not want to be patient. You guys do not want to follow that actual system. So you're here already stressed out, building up stuff that does not make any sense. And then you guys are going to continue because now you're basically either angry, you guys are either frustrated, you guys are either, having different type of emotions. So your emotions is not playing the game. This here was a smart move, but just because you guys had the mindset of this right here, you're just going all over around the place. And now you're just giving the money back to the market for no reason. So this is something that you guys want to avoid. So what is the best thing to do here, right? Over trading. Keep it very simple. So we're going to go here, write the rules. So this is going to be our trading rules. Right, we're going to put this here. This is going to be our trading rules. We're only going to take 1 to 2 trades a day. If I win 2 to 3%, I am done for the day. If I lose 1%, I have one more attempt. If I lose 2%, I'm done for the day. Now, the probability of this one here playing now, it's always going to be higher than the probability of over trading. Because over trading, you're just stacking up trades by trades by trades. So there's going to be times that you guys can even take 5, 6 trades a day and come out to the same exact profit that you guys could have made if you guys only took 1 to 2 trades. A lot of traders are stressing because they're taking more trades, trying to find that big win. And the thing about trading is not, you guys do not need that huge win. You guys just simply need consistent and discipline. That's all you guys need. Trying to find huge wins in order to get here is going to give you guys stuck because you're going to get to the mindset that you guys are going to try to find a way how to make a setup that doesn't even make any sense. You guys are just going based on imagination, not based on what an actual factor is. So this is exactly how you guys are able to avoid over trading. Just simply build a simple rules. So this is the first rule that we have here to avoid over trading, which is just following a 1 to 2 trades a day. And this is exactly the profit that you guys need to follow to be done for trading. And this is the exact loss that you guys need to lose a day to be done with trading for the day. If you guys accomplish this, you turn off your computer and then you show up once again the next day. Now, the next habit that we have here is chasing the market. Now, chasing the market is very, very childish, you guys can say, right? Because chasing the market is you having a reaction towards the market, right? You're not following the actual setup. So chasing the market happens to a lot of traders, especially beginners, right? And the reason why is because chasing the market is going to get you guys into a mindset that is called FOMO, fear of missing out. And this mindset here of FOMO, you guys are fear of missing out of the amount of money you guys could have made with the setup that you guys planned, right? Now, chasing the market can be many scenarios, right? The first scenario can be that you guys planned a trade. Let's say that you guys had the setup here planned out and you guys were waiting for price to give you the breakout. It retests, got your entry above it, and then you guys see that price actually moves towards the upside and you guys had planned a trade. Let's say you guys had planned a trade right over here. So if you see a big spike towards the upside, this is the mistake that beginner traders are making. They see this move here and they want to enter right away. So let's say they missed their entry right here. Let's say for some reason they wanted an extra confirmation, or maybe they were scared to pull the trigger, or maybe they were just not paying attention, right? But let's say you guys missed your entry right here. And then you guys see that market continues pushing higher, and you guys immediately just enter the market right here. And then let's say that price starts reversing, your guys stop loss is right here, and then price just does this, boom, takes you guys out. The mindset of chasing the market, because you guys are fear of missing out, just cost you guys a 1% loss. You guys just caused a 1% loss for no reason, simply because you guys got into the mindset of fear of missing out. So the best thing to do here is just understand the market is not going anywhere, and the market is going to give you guys opportunity every single day, every single week, and every single month. So if you guys were able to find this exact setup here, what makes you not think that you're not going to find the same exact setup in the next session? The market is going to repeat the pattern over and over again. Remember, you're just following a system. So if your system says, hey, I'm going to be waiting for price to break, retest key levels, right? Let's say you guys are waiting for price to break and retest above key levels or under key levels. This is the exact setup that you guys need to trade every single time. And the market is going to give it to you guys, right? You do not chase the market. The market always comes to you. You chasing the market, you're just basically reacting out of FOMO. And this is exactly what the market likes. The market likes to take your money away if you're having the mindset of trying to make the money quickly, right? So that's something about trading, right? Trading is not only about technical analysis. Trading is mostly psychology, right? And the market knows it, right? The market understands that you guys are in a rush. You guys are in a rush to get to this point here. So that is exactly why you guys can either take an early trade, get stopped out, and you see price moving to your upside. Or you can just, chase the market because you had the perfect setup. But again, trading is just probabilities. What would be the probability of this setup playing out here? It obviously would have been a 50%. What would have been the probability of price pushing higher and continuing pushing higher, and you guys would have won this trade? It would have been another 50%. Now, the best thing that you guys can do here, like I said earlier, if you guys missed your trade here, do not stress about it. You guys just wait for the next setup to come up, which is, again, waiting for the next setup, which is just simply a break towards the upside or break towards the downside, whatever setup you guys are looking for. So how do you guys want to avoid chasing the market? Just look for a setup. So our setup plan is going to be like this. Always wait for a break and retest above highs or low levels. Only trade I'm going to take. Boom. And that's exactly how you guys will avoid this mistake here, which is chasing the market. You no longer are chasing the market. You're waiting for the market to come back to you and give you guys the setup. Simple. The next habit that we have here is ignoring risk management. Now, risk management is very easy to understand, and a lot of traders are overcomplicating risk management, right? So let's give it up to you guys. Risk management, right? In trading, you only want to risk 1% of your account balance. There's no point for you guys to be risking 2% or 3%, right? This is something that you guys do not want to do. Or you guys do not want to go down in risk. This is not what you guys want to do. You guys want to stick into the 1% risk every single time. And it's just simple math, right? On top of that, if you guys are risking 1%, your goal should always be a 2 to a 3% return. And the 2 to 3% return is always going to be a higher probability that you guys are going to see bigger amount of profit instead of trying to, make more profit here. And I'm going to give you guys an example. I've seen a lot of traders, right, that they start with an account balance of $100. And with the $100, because they are imagining, right, they're imagining like, oh, I can make double the amount of money, or I can triple this account, make it to $100 to $1,000 with one trade. No, that mindset, once again, it's just you're gonna give your money back to the market. And there's no point for you guys to have this mindset. I've seen traders that have $100 account and they're basically risking half of the account, and half of $100 is going to be $50, right? So they're risking $50 every single trade. Now, what is the probability, once again, of $50 playing out and maybe you're doubling your account? The probability to that will be 50%. And there's also going to be a 50% towards the good, and there's always going to be a 50% towards the bad. So with $100 and you guys are risking $50 to maybe make $200, $300 in that trade, right? You're only going to have two trades to blow this $100. Right? Or maybe get lucky and make the money back. But notice how you guys only have 2 chances. And whenever you guys have this mindset of like, oh, I only got 2 chances to make back or lose the money or that, you're basically stressing yourself out. You're not trading with a plan. You're not trading with proper risk. You're just gambling at this point because you want to flip the account. And I've seen traders, make excuses. Oh, I blew my account off one trade. Yes, you blew your account off one trade because you're risking this. And this mindset right here is just simply for traders that are right here and not traders that are here. The mindset that these traders have here is that they understand it. They don't ignore risk management. They understand how to properly risk that. So traders that are now making or above this exact amount of money every single month used to be traders that used to trade with this account. And yes, of course, every single traders are going to make the same mistakes, which is, over risking, over leveraging, right? It's just a process. Trading is just a process of consistency. Trading is not an overnight success. It's something that happens throughout the weeks, throughout the months, and throughout the years. So the traders that are up here understand that risk management is very important, because risk management is what's going to have you guys surviving in this game. So if they started with a $100 account, right? Your goal is to only risk 1% of that $100, right? And that 1% of $100 is going to equal to $10, right? So you have 9 tries. You have 9 trades that you guys can take. 9 trades. Here, you guys have 2 trades, which you guys can blow it up in 2 trades. Here, it's going to take you guys 9 times to blow up the account. Now, let's do the probabilities. You guys are risking $10 to make $20 to possibly $30 per trade. The probability of this working now is always going to be higher than the probability of this one. This one is just gambling. You're giving your money away to the market. You only have 2 attempts. You're not really trying to trade here. You're just trying to gamble and try to make more money. Here, you're taking it more serious. And if you guys are able to manage a $100 account, then you guys are going to go to the next level, which you guys are going to be able to manage a $500 account, $1,000 account, $5,000 account to $10,000 account. And all it really is at the end of the day is just risk management, simple math. You risk 1% to make 2 to 3%. There's no point for you guys to overtrade to make more money, and there's no point for you guys to chase the market to make more money, or there's no point for you guys to over risk to make more money. You keep it simple. So how we're gonna fix that? We're gonna go here into our system. We're gonna write this down. Risk 1% per trade, aim for 2 to 3% per trade. Simple. Less is always going to equal to more. Now do the probability of the math. If you guys are risking 1% to make 2% a week, right, or 2 to 3% a trade, let's say the probability that you guys are having is 50-50 and you guys are taking 5 trades a day, right? So, or 5 times a week. Let's say the first trade, you win 2%. The next trade, you win 2%, right? You're already up 4%. The next trade, you guys lose 1%. You guys are down 3% on 3 trades. The next day, you lose another trade, right? Now you guys are down 2%. Next time you guys take another trade, boom, you guys are winning 4% or 2%. You guys are up now 4% for the week. And this is just following simple rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking 5 trades in a week, and you guys made a 4% return. A 4% return in a $10,000 account, $100,000 account, it's going to equal to what? 400 to 4,000, just by taking 5 trades and just following a simple rule. The next habit that we have here is switching system or switching strategy. And this is one of the big factors that most beginner traders are doing. And switching strategy, jumping from strategy to strategy to strategy is never going to get you guys right here. So don't think that finding the best set of strategy in YouTube or finding the best breakout strategy in YouTube or TikTok or whatever you guys are looking at is going to get you guys here. And it's not. You guys are going to be basically stuck here. And the reason why a lot of traders are switching strategy from strategy, especially beginner traders, right? Because if you guys were beginners, you guys understand this exact moment, right? Us, we were once beginner and we understand that why that never worked out. And we obviously went into that moment, right? Now, many traders are jumping from strategy to strategy simply because they probably took 2 to 5 losses. And they think that the strategy that they learned does not work. And to keep you guys in mind, right, there's no such thing as a strategy that's going to work 100% of the time. A strategy is just the way that you guys are viewing the market. What's going to make you guys money in the market is just having a system. A system is the way to make money in the market, not because of the strategy. Once again, there's no such thing as a strategy that works 100% of the time. There's no such thing as winning every single day, every single week, or every single month. There's going to be times that you guys can take weeks of losses, months of losses, right? But if you guys understand how to properly follow a system and follow proper risk management, all those weeks, all those losses can be made back just by 1 week of just focusing. Now, switching strategy to strategy, just because let's say trader 1 has an 80% win rate and then this trader here has a 60% win rate, there's no competition here. Just because the first trader has a higher win rate doesn't mean that he's a better trader than the other one. And doesn't mean that you need to jump from this guy's strategy to another guy's strategy just because of the win rate. And that's something that most traders are confusing. They think that win rate is pretty big in the market, and it's really not. A guy that can have 30% win rate can be way more profitable than all of these traders here. And another thing to say is that you guys cannot be jumping from strategy to strategy just because you guys are taking losses after losses. A strategy, you guys need to give it time. You need to go back and back test the exact strategy. Back test the same exact system that you guys are basically looking for. For example, this is our system right here. And back test that with the strategy that you guys are using. You're not going to become profitable, or you guys are not going to understand the market if you guys are just going based on what you guys are trading right now. You have to go always back. You need to go back test and test out the exact data. You need to collect data from that exact strategy. And that's exactly how you will understand that that strategy is very profitable. Not just by jumping into the market right away and just marking up levels to level and expecting to play out the first time. That exactly does not work like that. You have to go back, you need to back test the strategy, you need to understand how exactly to execute to the market and when to stay out of the market, when to accept the loss, and when to accept the win. Now to fix that, just put in your rules, very simple. The only strategy that I'm trading, the only system, right, in this case here, this is the breakout system. So the only system here is the breakout trades only. Simple. You're not going to be jumping from a breakout strategy to an ICT strategy. You're not going to go from a breakout strategy to a supplier demand strategy, right? If your system is just simply breakouts, then you guys are only going to be taking breakout trades. Now, the last habit that we're going to go over is emotions. Now, emotion does plays a huge part in trading, right? For beginners, for intermediate, and for advanced trader, right? And emotion is normal, right? We're going to experience emotion, but the goal, once again, is to be this type of trader, not this trader. This trader here lets the emotion get into them. This trader here accept the losses or whatever they're going through and they just move on. They don't react towards emotions, right? There's going to be times that you guys want to react towards emotions. But once again, if you guys want to be to this type of trader, you guys need to control it. Now, emotions, if you guys start letting emotion get into your head, you're basically no longer trading with your rules here. You're just putting this on the side and you guys are going to be trading with your emotions. And there's going to be many type of emotions, but we're going to go over 4. We're going to go over 5 emotions that I have right here that is a big part in trading. The first emotion that we have here is FOMO. Fear of losing money, fear of entering too early, or just fear of missing out.
And what FOMO causes is that you're going to have a late entry, you're not going to have an entry at all, or you're going to be closing trade way too early.
The second emotion that we have here is greedy, right? Greed is basically wanting to make more profits. You're holding your trades way too long and you're also over leveraging. And what is greedy going to turn into? Greedy is going to turn a winner into a losing trade. You're going to turn greedy over trading, and you're also going to be breaking your plan. The next emotion that we have here is being impatient, right? Being impatient is that you guys cannot wait for your setup. You're basically forcing a trade and you're just trading out of boredom. And what is impatience going to cause? Impatience is going to cause low quality entries that does not make any sense. You're going to be taking random trades and you guys are also going to lose your discipline. The next emotion that we have here is overconfidence, right? Overconfidence is basically after a winning streak, you have the feeling that you guys cannot lose and you guys want to increase your risk. And what is overconfidence going to cost you guys, right? It's going to cost you guys a bigger losses. You guys are going to start ignoring rules and you're going to give back your profits back into the market. And the last emotion that we have here is revenge and frustration, right? Which is revenge after a loss, trying to have this mindset, which is making it back, and you're basically just emotional trading. And revenge, all it's going to cost, right, is going to be back-to-back losses. You're over trading and you're also damaging your account. So these are the normal emotions that we're going to fear every single time in the markets. And us as a trader, right, we want to get to this point here. We don't want to be stuck here. So that means that we need to fight these emotions every single time. So we just went over different type of habits that many traders are making day to day that they would never get to this point here. So if you fix all of this, again, I can guarantee you guys that you guys will get to right here.